This video is not intended for anyone 13 or younger. Viewers, and welcome back to another My Hero Academia read-through, and today we're going to be tackling chapter 264. So last week we had the raid with at the hotel where all the paranormal liberation front are, and we had like a good action scene with Charge Bolt absorbing a lightning bolt from the cigarette smoking man. So are we going to get a charge bolt fight, or are we just or is it going to be something else? And on the end of the last chapter, we had Hawks got dead to rights with twice, so hopefully we'll see how that goes. So until then, let's get started with chapter 264, and let's begin. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It only takes 2 simple clicks. Click, click. Enjoy the episode. Okay, so right off the bat, we still have no new cover page. That's fine. And we starts out with, on page 1, with 2 different locations, like 2 secret entrances, and like little bunker entrances to bunkers, where heroes are going into the bunkers and destroying them from inside. So we have one bunker that is 800 meters southeast of the hideout. We have 1 kilometer west of the hideout, 800 meters north of the hideout. And one of the heroes just saying, here we go. And they're sealing all the people who are inside the underground sanctuary of the former Quirk Liberation Army. And it seems like there was going to be a huge meeting going on in the assembly hall. So we cut to inside of the underground sanctuary at the assembly hall, when a huge crowd of the former Quirk Liberation Army chanting, "Redestro, Redestro," just shouting his name. So hopefully we know what happened to Redestro while this is the madness going on. And we have, strangely enough, on the next page, Redestro kinda super calm and happy about it. And he starts off with his speech, and he says, "Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. What is it?" And we have another of the former lieutenants of the Quirk Liberation Army with Redestro, and I can't remember on top of my head who it is. I think it's Trumpet, or I can't remember right now. I think it's Trumpet or someone else. And he starts talking, I think. Today's conference is of a dire importance. We cannot afford any disruptions. And before this continues, I think one of the mooks burst in saying, and pulling a John Revere, saying, "The heroes are coming! The heroes are coming!" And Redestro is kinda happy. Still weird, he would have gone nuts by now. And this random mook continues saying, "Our comrades are all jammed. Our comms are jammed, and the only way out is through the mansion." And he's still smiling for the end of the panel. And next page, page 3, we have Redestro still smiling while something is starting to shake, and I think the same guy is still speaking. "A ridiculous number of heroes have showed up out of nowhere. They got the whole hideout surrounded." And then on the next panel, Redestro just freaks out saying, "Huh?" Pulling up this goddamn creepy face. It's just like really super shocked about it. And the last panel of page 3 is Cementos saying, stellar work, and charge," and they continue the battle. So page 4, we get another double page spread of a panel with the villa starting to be like literally torn apart, and the heroes and villains are about to clash. Just something ripped out from Lord of the Rings. and we get the today's chapter of My Hero Academia, chapter number 264, One's Justice. And yes, I know that One's Justice 2 has come out, and I don't really play that much fighting games. I just get really angry at that, so I'm staying out of it. And it's been translated by Cabled Cook and lettering from John Hurt, as always. And we continue where we left off with Charge Bolt just after absorbing a frick ton of electricity from Cigarette Smoking Man. And I don't know if Charge Bolt is. We still see him in that awesome pose, and someone saying thanks a lot. And I don't know if I can tell that if he's in derp mode or is he just still the same, but he can't show derp mode because he absorbed a frick ton of electricity. And then we quickly cut back to the Cigarette Smoking Man saying, electrification, by the looks of it. But how many million volts can you withstand? So yeah, Charge Bolt, by the way, Cigarette Smoking Man is saying that yeah, maybe Charge Bolt actually is not in derp mode yet. So yeah, it could still continue. But before that fight, before that awesome fight between Charge Bolt and the Cigarette Smoking Man that I thought of last week, then Edgeshot pops out of nowhere and say Nippo, thousand sheet pierce, and Edgeshot just basically takes out Cigarette Smoking Man and a whole bunch of the former Quirk Liberation Army members. So I'm not gonna get my wish. So yeah, I really want to see 1A students fighting, like having big set pieces in this goddamn arc. Is it just going to be just one tease after another? So yeah, we move on to page 6 and we continue with Cigarette Smoking Man. Just surprised at that, and we have a conversation with Edgeshot. Continues saying, "I've put tiny holes in your lungs. Getting worked up could put you on death's door in that state." So basically, Edgeshot just basically committed murder, basically. And we have Midnight just using some kind of weird fan thingy. I don't know what that is. And she goes and says, "But a nice nap will have you healed in no time." As she goes through those same people with those fans and probably spreading her pheromones to putting people into sleep, and that's what pretty much happens. And next up we have Kamina Woods just leaping over and taking out another bunch of Quirk Liberation Army members while doing Lectured Chain Prison. And a few random mooks just start a conversation saying, "This is a mess. Even the regiments are falling into pieces. If you're gonna go down, at least take a few of these dogs with you." Before he continues, he's rudely interrupted by having the ground turned into quicksand or something. The ground! And a bunch of them sink into the ground. And it's actually caused by Mudman from Class 1B doing it. And Gang Orker just goes by him and say, "Good job, Mudman." And Mudman says, "You mean it?" And another random mook comes through and saying, "Not gonna work on me, cuff." And then randomly a mushroom pops out. Oh dear. Cuff, hack. What the mushrooms? And it was all caused by She-Mage, the basic of Class 1B, who basically almost killed someone by accident a few chapters back, and probably she just committed a few thousand more dead people. And we have Gang Orca, and we have the samurai who's on the top 10 going by and somebody starts a conversation, and I think that's a she-mage starts it, saying, "Leave the crowd control to me, Shroom." And Gang Orca continues saying, "Amazing she-mage. We got it from here. We'll take down their top guns with our full force." And before any more impressive action scenes outside continues at the end of page 9, we cut back to Hawks as he starts billowing and saying, "Well, rip, rip." And Hawks is starting to have a conversation with Twice. So he says, "I sent out the date and time of the attack via code. And if I make it sound easy, believe me, it wasn't." And we continue where we left off at the end of the last chapter, with Hawks got Twice dead to rights, and still doing his menacing look, and it looks like he's about to kill a man. Kill Twice, so Hawks continues saying, "The real threat here was the sheer numbers on your side, so as that's going on, Twice just says, 'Hey, come on, what's up?' And Hawks continues saying, I had to keep it, I had to keep and I had to keep an especially sharp eye on you and your double. Certainly couldn't leave you to your own devices." And we get more panels of Hawks being creepy, just ready to kill Twice, as Hawks continues saying, let's go over liberation ideology before the big conference. You didn't suspect a thing." And don't know if Twice is looking at one of the feathers, like really getting close to him, and Twice is shocked and saying, "Hawks!" And Hawks interrupts, saying, "Please, don't resist. I'm going to capture you and hand you over to the authorities. That's how this works." And Twice continues on the next page, saying, but, hold on." And we get some flashbacks with Twice having inner monologue, going through all the stupid mistakes he's did with the stuff with Overhaul. And Twice continues saying, "Someone's gonna pay for this." And Twice is still freaking out, saying, no." As we get more Twice flashbacks with the whole stuff with Overhaul. He's the one who killed Big He's the one who killed Big Sis Meg. And the one who blew Mr. Compress's arms to bits. As we get another panel of Hawks looking down. And Twice continues saying, being scared out of his mind, saying, it's always like this." And we get another flashback to the whole mess with Overhaul with Twice, as Twice continues saying, he got me too carelessly, led him right to everyone." Moving on to page 12. And Twice is still freaking out, saying, "Not again," as Hawks is looking down on him with his two feather swords ready to basically kill him. And Twice continues, "I had to." Oh. It's Twice saying, I had to trust you, because I felt bad for you." And we get a flashback to Hawks saying, "A cage isn't where I belong." And Hawks is still looking down on Twice, as we get into flashbacks of Twice's origins, while Twice continues his inner monologue saying, "What's a guy with nothing left supposed to do? Find someone who trusts you? Who? Friends?" And Twice is still continuing saying, "How sad is it if nobody trusts you?" And Hawks says, while doing his most creepy look, saying, "Well, thanks." And we move on to the next page, and we have Hawks continuing saying, "You've just been unlucky, but you can make a fresh start once you pay for your crimes." We get a flashback to their conversation earlier, with Twice saying, "Anyone who helps his friend can't be all bad. I'll even help you start over." And Hawks continues saying, "Because you're a good person." And while that's going down, next page. This is basically like the end of the Killing Joke when you think about it. And Twice continues saying, "Shut up, shut up, shut up." That's what Twice says. And Twice continues saying, "You call yourself a hero? A fresh start? That's a load of crap." And Hawks interrupts saying, "Stop that. Come on." For Twice. And Twice continues, interrupts again on Hawks, saying, As for what happens to me while he dodges one of the feather daggers that he was caught in, only just ripped his mask, so that's a fail." And Twice continues saying while doing this, as for what happens to me, I stopped giving a damn way back." And Hawks continues on the next page as we get like a double page with Hawks saying, "I don't want to fight you." Twice. And Twice just gets really upset, saying, "Well, good for frickin' you." As while this is going off, Twice starts to multiplying, making his clone army, coming out and getting through all the feather swords. And the feather swords start, I presume, going to strike Twice. And we have Hawks having regrets doing that. I think he was regretting on killing on Twice. But Twice was managed to get out of that prison that Hawks made with his clone army, and we getting another sad man's parade. So yeah, the heroes are in for a we're in for a whole lot of trouble. And with Twice declarating, saying, "I trade my soul for the League's happiness." Sad man's parade. As a swarm of Twice starts to form, and we have Hawks about having the last bit of the dialogue for the rest of the page, while Dobby is climbing up the stairs to a random place, probably going after trying to help Twice. And the only dialogue left is with Hawk saying, "Twice, this isn't your fault. As always, scummy heroes are to blame." As we see on the last panel, Twice is probably going to help Twice because I think he heard his scream from the lower floors and he's happy to. And by the look on Dobby's face, yeah, he's going to have fried chicken tonight. And next chapter will hit on March 22nd. So yeah, this has been a good chapter yet again. And yeah, kind of feel bad for Twice having another betrayal on his and causing so much trouble by bringing all the heroes to the villa in the first place. I don't know if Shigaraki ever get. I know pretty much everybody probably knows that Shigaraki is going to survive this, but I don't know if Twice is going to survive the rest of this series with all this stuff, even if he manages to get out of this attack from the heroes. I probably think either when Shigaraki gets out and probably saying, "What the hell happened?" and everybody starts explaining that Twice was to blame, and probably have Shigaraki kill Twice for his incompetence. But I don't know. But this is Horikoshi. It could all be defied expectations. So Until then, I will see you for chapter 265. So until then, have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you on the very next chapter. So bye for now.